You go bow for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, oh. Cause I did well by default and without any doubt, oh. I'm a me happy adult, oh. I no go feed the girl.
Welcome, the I feel like it's been so long since I said that, but it's only because I've also been streaming, which is one of my biggest fears, but I've been tackling that, you know what I mean? But I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Y'all already know what time it is. Let's get into these stories. Story number 1. Am I wrong for refusing to name our child after my mother-in-law? I, 29 female, am pregnant with our third child. With our first child, my husband, 28 male, and I agreed that if it was a girl, I would have more say in the first name and he would have more say in the middle name, and vice versa if it was a boy. Our first was a girl, so we agreed on my favorite name as the first name and a name that honored his heritage as the middle name. With our second, we found out that we were expecting another girl and my husband started pushing for her to be named after his mom. My husband is a huge mommy's boy, sometimes to the point that it causes issues in our marriage. We have an incredible marriage. Truly, the only conflicts we've ever really had to do with in-law issues. I have a great mother-in-law. She's kind, generous, fun, and truly treats me like her daughter. Although there are some boundary issues that we've had to work through, I really feel grateful to have her as my mother-in-law. However, I don't like her first or middle name at all, so I said no. But then he really started pushing it to the point that it made me start feeling resentment towards his mom, because it made me feel like he cared more about honoring and respecting and loving his mom than he did his own wife. He never once suggested using my name or middle name, even though I've suggested using his, because I truly can't think of a better person to honor than my husband. It hurts me and makes me feel jealous that he doesn't feel that way about me, but he does about his mom. He tried to compromise by asking for her name to be the middle name, but I still don't even want that, because with the boundary issues we've had in the past, I worry my mother-in-law will refer to the baby as her baby, or only call the baby by her middle name since it's her name. My husband thinks I'm being ridiculous and unfair because he's only asking for the middle name and not the first name. I ain't gonna even lie. Like, I was watching this video recently or whatever, and basically the mom was messing with her son. So that does make me feel a little iffy, you know what I'm saying, on that relationship. Not saying that's what y'all going through, but just keep your eyes peeled, okay? Because the fact that he's more willing to name that child after his mama, and his mama is still alive, like, it'll be different, you know what I'm saying, if something happened to her or whatever. I understand that. But I don't know, child. Now to our third. He's already starting to push his mom's name again if it's a girl, and we got in an argument about it today that left me in tears because I told him how I felt and he said I was ridiculous for feeling jealous and that I was manipulating the situation to get him to drop it. I love and respect my husband so much. He's my best friend. I want to just say fine and cave to make him happy, but I really truly fear that it will cause issues in our marriage and with my relationship with my mother-in-law down the road, and that's just not worth it to me. I don't understand why we can't just pick names that we both love and want. Am I being unreasonable? So I completely understand everything that you're saying, because realistically, like, I feel like he's doing the most on names and stuff. Just come up with a whole new name just so y'all don't have, you know what I mean, any issues. But to answer your question, no, you're not wrong. Story number 2. Am I wrong for telling my brother-in-law he needs to book a hotel when he and my sister were staying at my house? My sister and her husband live across the country and decided they wanted to come visit. I live in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and I set up a bed in my home office because they wanted to stay at my house. They had been here for 4 days. The bathroom has been a big problem. He spends hours in there. After the first day, I talked to my sister about it. She says he has a condition where he needs the bathroom a lot. So I let it rest. On day 3, it was even worse. There was a time where I had to excuse myself to go to the store so I could use the bathroom twice because he wouldn't leave. The last day I woke up at 4 a.m. and had to use the bathroom very badly. I knocked on the door and he said he'd be out in a minute. I told him I really had to go. It took him an hour to get out. The nearby store wasn't open at that time and I had to do something I'm not happy I had to do because I couldn't wait. The next morning, I told him he needs to get a hotel. I can't be blocked from using the bathroom in my own home because he takes it hostage. I get he has a condition, but so do I. And I make sure I have my own bathroom when I travel so I don't get in the way of other people needing a bathroom. My sister and her brother-in-law were very upset and called me an ableist. I told them what I had to do last night because he was in the bathroom for so long, and they said I could have held it. You could have held it? And it's been an hour? Bro, no. Like, get out. Because at the end of the day, I'm not finna be hurting in my own house, period. Like, if I got to pee or I got to, I'm finna be able to do that. I don't care how y'all feel about me. I told them they need to leave and find a hotel or stay with other family. He just can't stay here anymore. Am I wrong for telling my sister and brother-in-law they need to get a hotel when the plan was for them to stay with me for a week? Girl, I am on your side. You hear me? Because at the end of the day, it's your bathroom, bro. And I can't even talk. Listen, him staying in that freaking bathroom for hours would have bothered me, bro. Because I feel like, yes, I understand that he has a condition, but we still got to be considerate. You know what I mean? We still have to be considerate of other people, bro. It'll be different if we got 2 and 3 bathrooms or whatever. Sit in there all day if you want to. But we only have one bathroom. And if I got to go all the way to the store or whatever to go to the bathroom every time, we ain't finna do that. Which I honestly feel like this should have been discussed before they came over. Before they visited you, they should have said, hey, I got this condition or whatever where I'm in the bathroom a lot. You know what I'm saying? Or at least maybe got a hotel to begin with because you have to use the bathroom a good amount of times. Like, I don't know. I just feel like stuff could have been handled differently. So no, you're not wrong in this situation. Story number 3. Am I wrong for requesting to remove my thesis partner from my research, which may cause her not to graduate? So I, male, am in college course with only 8 people, so we're all pretty close. For our thesis, we were assigned to work in pairs, and I got partnered with a woman I've already worked with several school projects before. She tends to do things last minute, but she usually does do them. So I wasn't thrilled, but figured we'd manage. That changed quickly. We both work night shifts, but she also has a kid. I get that, and I've really tried to be understanding, but I still managed to interview her 3 times over 3 months while she was constantly unavailable. When it came time to transcribe the interviews, each an hour long, we split the work, but she didn't do any of hers. I ended up doing all of it just to keep us from falling behind. Then came encoding, which is the most tedious and time-consuming part of our paper. We split the work again, and for almost a month, I kept bugging her and messaging her to finish her part, and she never did. I eventually gave up and just did the whole thing myself. I told our advisor, and they made us pay for the subscription to the software we were using as compensation. But that was the only thing she contributed. Still trying to be fair, I asked her to handle our thesis defense presentation in script instead. But on the day of the defense, the presentation was unfinished and I had to fix it myself right there in the room. She arrived over an hour late, and the script she gave only covered 20 pages for a 45+ slide deck. After the defense, we were told to redo the encoder and rewrite chapters 3 and 4 separately so we could compare and combine. I started mine right away. She still hasn't done anything. I've been consistently messaging her to ask for updates, to follow up on her encoding, her write-up, and I just got, I'll do it. But still nothing. And I constantly see her active on Facebook and posting stories. Finally, I asked our advisor if I could submit the thesis under my name only, which would mean she won't graduate. Now, people are telling me I'm being too harsh and should just carry her one last time. But I honestly feel like I've carried her through the entire thing already. Am I wrong for doing this, even if it might cost her graduation? Baby, she is a grown woman. You hear me? So at the end of the day, she had time just like you had time. Yes, I understand that she has a kid. But at the end of the day, people graduate with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids and more. Okay, so if she wanted to, she would, and we got to stop taking in other people's problems, okay? So no, I don't think you're wrong. You did all the work. So, I mean, besides the one thing that she did or whatever, which got pushed out anyway. So at the end of the day, hey, that's on her, and maybe she needs to be taught a lesson so that way she'll take school more seriously in the future. So nah, you ain't wrong. Well, all right, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed these stories. I hope y'all been having wonderful weeks, months, years, all that. Also, when you get a minute, check out my Twitch. It will be linked up above. I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all in the next video. And I hope you're having a wonderful day.
Talking crazy, it's not what it must like.